You for that three-way bed we're sharing.
That's right, a Missy sandwich.
Missy sandwich.
Are we getting fatter or is this getting smaller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's all do it together. And now.
Why are your dirty socks on my...
They're not clean, they've been in your fucking feet.
They were fresh like, as of leaving the house. God, it's like we're married and not even like my wife. Fuck this, man. Anyway, and on that note, welcome to another episode of the Strobing Butt Plug. I'm this week's host, Ron Lynch. These are my lovely and talented co-hosts, the beautiful and amazing Missy Davis.
Hello.
And the ever lovely and sexy Ariana Crumb. This week on the Strobing Butt Plug, we're going to be talking about craft beers and shit talking.
You missed a spot.
Yeah, I tried. And how I did a shitty job shaving my head. Because the regular shaver died, and halfway through it, I used the dog hair trimmer because it was like, fuck.
That's awesome.
I had a half-shaved head.
Dog hair trimmer.
True story.
I bet it works better.
I had like a half-shaved head, and I was like, son of a bitch.
I would have loved to seen him have a half-shaved head and not be able to have anything else to shave it with.
That would have been awesome.
See, if we would have got like real desperate, I do have like the regular razor, but that like slightly peach fuzzy long stuff that I had would have been god awful to fucking shave.
It would have been hilarious though.
So,
Anywho,
how we doing, ladies?
doing amazing.
Doing? What are you doing?
Doing pretty
What
good.
are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good.
I feel pretty okay.
I feel alright.
Yeah?
Pretty okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay at being pretty or just pretty okay?
Pretty okay.
Okay. So, which do we want? The Vizzy or the Bud Light first?
I'd say the busy.
I mean,
busy.
all talls. It's going to be a fun one.
Yes, they're all talls. I always get all
I
talls.
try to get all talls. Sometimes I don't.
Unless I fuck up the week, I always get all talls. So you just gotta obsessively stare at that one long hair spot. Try to pull it
I
out.
was staring at my thumb.
Oh, okay.
What happened to your thumb?
That's going to be a story today.
Oh, cool.
I can start off with it if you guys want.
How much tail will I pour?
I can do that. So today I was making some chicken, like Cajun chicken linguine and some Cajun shrimp linguine since I had a thing of shrimp and me and Jake are the only ones that like the shrimp. And I was like, I had the Parmesan cheese and I was grating it. And I was like, ah! And I,
You grated your finger?
oh fuck yeah, I saw my thumb and I was like, whew. And there was like a bunch of blood there instantly, but it was all neat and everything. Like, so I was like, well, it didn't drip anywhere. And then like the skin was like hanging over top of it. And I was like, I think it's all there.
Serendipity
And then
has been grating wax with cheese grater.
She does that all. She's been doing that for a long time.
Yes, and it was one of those kind of deals where I'm just like, I've seen her fuck her finger up that same way before. I'm just like, ah.
Yeah, but so I
Man,
was.
this is not the color I was expecting. I'm gonna go ahead and whip this bad boy out. Maybe.
I was like, that is the one. Was that going to be your Mysterious Berries?
Actually, that was gonna be the Mysterious Berries.
I almost bought that one, but there was no flavor. Like it doesn't say what flavor it is.
Hellas, that's a style of beer. So,
We've
But,
had those before.
Ah, okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's a Listerman.
Hellas Lager.
Aha, gotcha.
So we have Hellas Club.
Hellfire Club.
Hellas Fire Club.
Hellas Fire Club.
From Listerman Brewing down in Cincinnati.
Why are you shaking, dude?
I always am anymore.
Got
4.7% ABV.
It is I like
It
it.
is a lager.
Remember that bus driver we used to have?
Oh my god, Joanne the bus driver, their bus
I was
socks.
like...
I loved it.
Mhm.
She wore bus socks and I love it. So I saw this one today and almost bought it. And I figured it would just be like a normal beer because it doesn't say anything about like any flavor profiles. But the cool thing it says on it, just real small, it says for Eddie. For Eddie, the Hellas Fire beer. I almost bought it today. Glad I didn't.
It's real smooth.
A little bit of a porn shot here.
Hold it still in front of the camera because when you move it, nobody can see the art.
It has kind of like a creamy...
Said you hold it still. There you go.
Has kind of like a creamy like texture.
It does. That's really good.
It is good.
I like it.
I do too.
That's a good drinking beer for any occasion, really.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, smooth.
Summer beer. It could easily be a winter beer. Not like your favorite winter beer, but it would work good in winter.
It's almost
4.7%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good meal beer.
Kind of.
Not overly strong on its own, but it would be a good beer for background flavoring.
Looks like cream soda, and I was kind of thinking that it's just not so much like cream soda, but just maybe a tiny
A
bit.
little bit. Dude, did I get the handy Smurf cup on purpose?
Yes.
Nice.
You got the handy Smurf, Missy's Big Papa, and I'm hefty because I'm fat.
So anyway, that's funny. That works. So anyway, when I ground the shit out of my thumb, and I'm like, have this Parmesan cheese, and I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, my family like making food,
Parmesan and Missy skin flake cheese.
and I'm kind of like, what do I do? And I inspected my thumb, and I was like, I think that's pretty cool. And then so I quickly and easily and carefully took the grater out of the thing. I looked at the cheese. I was like, the cheese looks fine. The cheese was like below my thumb anyway, so it's not like there's gonna be anything on that. No blood dripped on it. And then I looked at the grater. I'm like, the outside of it looks fine. There's no skin there. And I looked at the inside. I was like, well, there's no skin there. We can just dump that piece in the trash. And I washed it real good. And I'm like sifting through the fucking, after I bandaged up my thumb, like sifting through the fucking Parmesan cheese. And I'm like, I don't see any skin flakes.
Extra
You pick
protein.
that skin flake up and you're like,
Was that Austin Powers Gold member?
Yes.
When it was just, he was like peeing off like skin. He's like,
I kind of wonder though
My
how
fingers
that would
tickle.
have gone over if I would have found the skin pieces in there. Like I would have had to like take that chunk out of there and then kind of like take it off around it and been like, all right, it's good to go.
you just would feed it and unknowingly become cannibals.
Right, if there was skin in there and my family does not know, then it's my family's now cannibalistic. But I'm sure I know I've cut myself plenty of times doing shit, something you gotta do. Like, I buy just enough food to be making food, and then all of a sudden I'm like annihilating myself while cooking, and I'm like, well, goddamn it, if I throw it away, then there goes supper. Like, what the fuck do I do? My parents.
You're eating my finger, motherfucker.
That's right. My kids are gonna fucking eat my skin. Like, I had to push them out of my vagina. They can
I was
deal.
gonna say they were a part of you, so
Mhm.
I mean,
That's right.
they're a part of you, now you're a part of them.
They came from me, and now I can just chew.
So it is, in fact, legal. Like, if I wanted to, like, say, chop my arm off, take the meat off that, cook it up, it would be legal for me to do that and serve it to you.
Legal?
Yeah, it's incredibly fucked up.
I remember we talked about this. Why is it legal?
Because it's my choice to get my arm amputated, and what I do with my arm afterwards is my business.
But to feed it to people who don't know.
That's not legal. But
Okay.
But I was like, hey guys, you want to be cannibals for a minute? Here, eat my arm.
Okay, that's fair.
Fry it up, run it through like a hamburger grinder, instead of like, beef patties, it's raw patties.
I remember hearing a story a long time ago from, Eric, right? Who he was talking about how for some reason they had like a piece of a human hand or arm or something, and like that was like an embalming fluid in their science lab, and it was like dried, and they ripped a piece of it. Maybe it wasn't in the embalming fluid, and I kind of wonder why they would have had that in there. But they ripped a piece of it off, and then like they gave it to some kid and told him it was beef jerky, and he got really fucking sick.
ew.
Well, like the embalming fluid.
Eric didn't do that. I heard the story from Eric.
I don't know that.
And
I've
people
heard
in
that
his
story.
class did that.
Well, if there was embalming fluid, yeah, that shit's all like toxic and shit to keep
Right.
it from like.
I mean, it was
rotting,
probably
so-
like put in there, but I think if it was in a jar and they pulled it out, like it would be wet and squishy. You'd be like, that's not beef jerky. That's fucking wet and squishy. But to have a dried human arm, I'm kind of like, why would a student, like a school science lab have
High
it?
school, probably not. Like a college, sure, I
Right.
could see a college.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm like, that would just, I don't know. In a high school science lab, I really feel like that would be something that they couldn't do for the simple fact that some asshole teen would want to steal it. I know I would have. Been like,
Probably,
I stole the
yeah.
arm from science class.
Yeah, we would
Mr.
have been proud of something like that.
Mr.
Hell
Schwartz,
yeah.
I took
We would
Mr.
like,
Be like, you know what I heard Mr. Schwartz do with that arm? Man, when nobody's around, you take that arm, you make it like this, and you fucking jerk himself off.
we
Then you take it, put it back in there, man.
We would have taken it and like painted its nails and then painted it. We would have done some art shit to it. It would fucking glittered that fucker up.
Dude, I could have pictured us like walking around town and we'd like pull it out and like wave at people with it or something.
We would have. We so would have. Like, that would have been so great. or like carried around
What's
on
wrong
the
with
news.
us?
We would have carried that shit around on the news and
It
just
would have been hanging
swung
off
it
of one of
around
our
like
backpacks or something.
swinging it around like waving it at everybody.
A whole new version of
Finger
the
guns.
I'm still thinking whole new version of The Stranger.
That is the whole new version of it. We would have done that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm sad.
I mean, like you
for
ladies,
real.
you ladies can get the fingers like this and shellac it in there.
I'm
Stranger
shellac
ladies.
it in there.
Shellac the fingers like this and they get stuck.
I'm sad that
Shellac
we
it
never
off.
had human body parts in science lab.
Damn it.
I'm also glad we never had you. We would have been so arrested for doing dumb shit. But then we
Yeah.
stole the human arm. You probably have to have some kind of fucking permit to have it. It's like, maybe not, I don't know. But it's like, we would have gotten so much trouble for stealing the human arm and fucking inducing panic with it. We've taken it in public places, getting down in the ball pit at McDonald's at the play place because they still had that back then, and some little kid jumps up, we flip the arm up.
That sounds exactly like something we would do.
Take it to like a showing of an Addams Family movie. Like, what? That's just thing.
There you go.
Cosplay, bitches.
We would have so done that. Damn, fun, but glad we never had that opportunity. I'm glad we didn't have fucking just the access of camera phones back then and shit. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would we have been reckless enough to record it and send it to the wrong people and show it on share it on social media?
Yeah,
Yes.
we'd be dumb like
At
that.
first,
Yes.
I think so, but I think I could picture it, me getting in trouble for sending a picture of my ass to someone and then it getting back to my parents or my parents seeing it on social media.
Yeah.
And then I would have quickly learned, oh, I'm getting in trouble for showing my ass. I'm definitely not sending this video of me breaking all these laws back to these people. They can't be trusted.
Well, I don't know, because you seem to be smart about stuff like that when we were kids. I think I was the dumber one. And you were the one that's like, that might not be a good idea.
Dude, Ariana, you're fucking dumb. Don't send it to Kaylee and Kelly. They got big mouths. They're gonna send that shit to everyone. That's what it would have been like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
Remember when we weren't connected 24/7, 365?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
It
cool.
was. It was all right.
Says the guy that just told his work to give him another phone.
Give me another phone, man. I need the fucking phone. Can't live without it. I'm gonna jerk off on it.
That or pay my phone bill.
Oh my god.
You're gonna jerk off or pay your phone bill?
At the
Jerk
same
off
time.
and then pay your phone bill? Or pay your phone bill and then jerk
Well,
off?
see, I paid my phone. I paid
Jerk
my.
off because it's paid. Or are you gonna jerk off to pay your phone bill? Like, hey guys, I need some money. I'm selling these videos of me. I mean, if I can get $5 to $10 a piece for each video, then I will be able to pay my phone bill.
So both actually. I jerk off to pay the phone bill. Once the phone bill's paid, I've got data again, and then I can jerk off because I'm looking at porn.
But why did you tell your work to give you another phone to pay the bill? So
I don't have to use my own phone for their shit.
Gotcha. I would do that. I would get another number and then I would write off my whole fucking phone. Like, fuck this shit. Get a brand new phone. I'd be like, it's for work. I use it for work. And then I would just write off a brand new fucking phone. I would be up to date on all the new phones every year. That's what I would do. I'd be like, work, you don't need to worry about giving. How about a new phone allowance? And then just write off the bill every month.
That or they can just pay my bill as it sits. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, so what the fuck else is up, ladies? Cannibalism.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's did.
Ariana's like, I don't have anything to say. I'm just going to agree. Yeah, cannibalism. Yep. Yep.
Faux show.
Auto cannibalism or regular cannibalism?
Regular.
You know what auto cannibalism?
No.
Do you know what auto cannibalism is?
Eating yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. What if you were flexible enough to eat yourself?
Stupid dumb.
I'm not that stupid dumb. I may be dumb. I may be stupid. But am I stupid dumb? No.
This isn't last week with the anal tears.
Oh, that's some good ass stuff.
I've learned things since then.
She's learning about how her asshole cries anal tears.
Oh,
Why?
Well, because you put things up there that make it sad.
Sad.
Or you eat something that's too spicy
It
that also makes it sad. Now she's all embarrassed, hiding her face behind her beer.
Oops, I'm dumb.
But it's funny. And I usually realize I'm dumb before, about the same time other people realize.
Damn it! Why couldn't I realize I was dumb 3 seconds ago? This would have taken care of so much shit.
This is what happens when you impulsively say things
So-
before thinking.
The only other thought I have about anal tears,
The cactus.
Mickey.
that will cause lots of anal tears.
Well, I have, I don't know, like Larry's dad often says things before thinking, and that's always been a thing he's done. And then over the years, I don't know if he's just realized that's what he does, so he just says some things to sound dumb, or everything he says, he still doesn't think. But one of the last dumb things I've heard him say, without thinking, was
Son, I love you.
No. He said they were eating sausage, and he was eating some spicy sausage, and he asked, he's like, where's the spicy part of the pig come from? Or the spicy sausage, which part of the pig it comes from? And it's just like...
Where's the spicy part in the
He
pig?
just thought it was a whole different part of a pig.
Spicy piggy. Ooh, bring me that piggy witty.
Which, he may or may not have just been saying that, but still, it's funny.
Did we do our days yet?
That's Ariana stuff.
No, because
I did not write that.
I didn't
Are
write
you
it down.
bored? Are you bored?
No, I was gonna look at that meme you had.
Ah,
The weird shit happened last week.
yes. Ah, yes, the thingy thing.
You ready for our next porn?
Yes.
Sure, you can get her shit ready.
Okay, so last week we were talking about the planets and like the
Oh, yeah.
acronyms for the planets. And so Missy posts something on Facebook that says, may you get a sign this week that shows you that you're on the right path and that things are flowing and moving in your favor. May the sign be evident, clear, and direct. So, within an hour, I'm sitting there listening to the podcast Bad Friends, and they start talking about the planet acronyms, and they were coming up with their own acronyms for it and shit, and it was very similar to the shit we were doing, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even remember the acronym thing being a thing.
That's funny.
Is that RS Brewing?
It is.
It is.
Oh, hell yeah.
I saw that one there. What one is that? Is that the...
Hold on.
Because I saw that one, and I know there was a bunch of IPAs there, so I was ignoring their IPAs. But I bought a certain one.
Arshea Our Darkest Hour.
Yes.
Dude, I almost
Coffee
bought that one.
and
I
toffee
almost bought
flavored
that one
Imperial
too.
Stout. 9.25%.
Hand job Smurf for the hand job area.
We all know that this is my favorite brewing company.
It's mine too. That's what my mysterious beeriest for
We haven't
next
done
week
this
is. Oh yes, this is good. Oh wait, what did we rate the other one?
Hellas?
Yeah.
I gave it a solid 7.
Well, we're doing it out of 5. Isn't it out of 5?
Oh, out of 5?
Yeah, it's out of 5.
I give it a
I
5.
think a 3.5.
I give it-
4.
I give it a 4.
So I'll give it a 4.5 because I really liked it.
I give it a 4. It was good. It was good and smooth,
I really
Yeah.
it was a 4. I give it a 4.5. It was really good.
Wait, I need to write this shit down so I can put it on our Untapped. Untapped.
What's our Untapped name?
Ooh,
The Strobing Book Club.
If you want to follow us on Untapped, the
I have
Strobing
to look
Club.
again.
right.
Or whatever the fuck she
Wait.
says.
Wait, was that Hellas Fire?
Mhm.
Yes.
Hellas
From Listerman.
Fire. Missy gives it. What'd you say?
A 4.5.
4.5. Ron,
Quattro.
4. And I will also give it a 4.
This is good. It's got a. I think
It smells amazing.
I think it's the toffee notes, but it makes it taste chocolatey. But the coffee gives it a little bit of a bitterness, which I'm not cool with the bitterness, but it's not hateful, but it's it's a lingering.
I like the bitterness.
I think it's a yummy thing.
I'm trying to think of how I want to describe the flavor.
Ooh, a Logan message too.
It's like a nice dark German chocolatey flavor to me. It's definitely that toffee hit, though. I don't eat enough toffee. Dear Mommy, I love you. Dear son, I love you too.
Student, I need your email, and my teacher says you went over assignment 1 material with me. It's a grade. Oh my God. I need you to email my...
Did the teacher give you homework?
So, the thing from my son. I need you to email my teacher and say you went over assignment 1 materials with me. Ugh, this kid. Student, log into the...
So, my daughter hasn't started...
Type out your assignment 1 materials. No, it doesn't say materials. Hold on here. I need you to email my teacher. Yes, it is.
So...
Type out your assignment 1 materials
and lick
for
my
me,
butt.
so I know what they are, period.
My daughter doesn't even start school
That
for another
kid.
like 2 weeks, man. All the other schools around here, there's some that are starting a full fucking month before she will, and I'm just like, what the hell?
If I was a kid and all it was emailing some shit, I would probably create an email address that was like my parents' email address that, you know, the teacher might just, you know, like...
See it real quick and not notice.
Right, and be
very
like,
close.
this is Logan's mom, blah, 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 do this, do that, blah, 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 blah.
That sounds exactly like something you would do.
I'd be like, stupid
Man,
Maybe like Missy's...
you would have been a force to be reckoned with if shit was like it is now when we were kids.
That would have been horrible. So fucking bad.
Your mom's email address would have been Missy's mom 1423 at Gmail, and you'd be like, Missy's mom 1523 at Gmail. Oh, never know the difference.
Stop 14
Right.
or something.
So it would be like, I probably would have done something to like, depending on how it was. If they had to fill out the information on paper, I would have handed them a pencil to do it, or I would have done it in pencil, and I've been like, here, I filled this all out for you guys. Now all I gotta do is look it over and sign it. They'd be like, oh, okay. And then I'd erase the email address, and I'd write in the one that I wanted it to be, and I'd be like, here it is. Or it would be something like, if it's done online, like all of your, it's final forms at my kid's school, like it's all in there, and you just make sure it's what it needs to be, and then you click, 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 and you click them all okay. Well, if that was the case, I don't know, like maybe I would have said, here, I'll do the, you know, I'll, like, I don't know. I would have tried to do something. I would have tried to really fuck with it.
I know why that's tasting extra dark to me.
Because it is dark.
Well,
You're not liking it?
No, I'm loving it. It's that Bush Light Apple we had before the preview.
It's got a...
That is like the complete opposite of the spectrum.
It's just classroom.
And the Hellas was kind of like the middle ground, you know?
See, this is more like a Christmas beer or something like something
Definitely.
you drink
That
at
would
Christmas
be.
time.
It doesn't have the fall notes and flavors, but it's like one of those heavier beers. It's like you just sit and sip.
Arshay's out of Akron, and I keep thinking one of these days...
We need to go there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be into that. I have family there around that area.
Will they want 3 drunk fuckers showing up?
Probably not. I don't know.
Will they want 1 drunk fucker showing up and 2 sober fuckers?
Maybe. I don't know.
This would be great. I said, okay, I'll email her a bit. And he was like, him. I should be like, Mrs. Such and Such.
Did you ask him his gender? His pronoun?
No, I didn't. But it'd be really funny if I just emailed my kid's teacher and said, hey, Mrs. Such and Such, blah, blah, blah.
I met a transgender dog this weekend.
I want to know all about this transgender dog.
Pre-op or post-op?
So, like,
Solid question.
I went to this get-together this weekend, and they had a puppy, and apparently they were told that this puppy was a male, and they were debating on whether it was male or female, and I'm like thinking it's pretty easy to tell the difference.
It's not a cat. They got a fucking dick.
And
I didn't.
Out in their belly.
they like showed it to me. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a female. And I was like, did you ask it its pronoun? But
Their
I was
pronouns
like,
are...
your dog's transgendered.
Their pronouns are good and boy.
Did you, is it a short haired? Or was it a long haired that maybe it could have been hiding the pee area?
No.
Did you cut the feel around
it
for
was
some
long
balls?
hair, but I mean, it was a tiny puppy, so it was still bald down there. Like, it didn't get its pubes yet.
And there was no penis, and they're like, this is our boy dog. What the
I don't know
fuck?
if they were being serious or fucking with me, because I was like, that's definitely a girl.
What was the dog's name?
Pat?
They were calling it Lou. Lou? I don't know.
That could be
And
a
then-
boy or a girl dog.
But I thought they were.
But I feel like they would. That's like a boy name, like
But then
Louis.
they were like Louise, and they're like, no, I'm not naming it Louise. I was like, Llewellyn? Like, that's kind of good.
Lewis?
I would name it Lulu or Lula.
Luna?
That too. I would
Lucy?
say Luna.
I said Lucy. I don't know.
So,
Lucy.
when it comes to naming animals,
But it was fun.
cats versus dogs.
I saw that meme today.
So is this like a realistic, which do you prefer? Like, for a dog, does it have to be like a real person's name, like a Jeff, a Tom,
I think
a
it's
Sally,
funny for some reason.
It is.
or can
my
the
dog
dog,
Jeff.
That's Brian. There's Brian.
or does the dog, or does the dog get to
Yeah.
have, or does the dog get to have a cute name like Peanut Butter, or
Peanut butter.
or or
I had a dog
you
named
know,
Peanut once.
Blueberry, something stupid like that. Now, which is your preference on
Blueberry.
dogs? A human name or like a silly name?
I always
think it
like the
depends.
silly name.
I think it depends on the dog. Because, you know, like, you get your animal and it's like they have their own personality, and then it's like you kind of choose, like, what they're going to be named because of their personality or whatever. Like, it just comes to you all of a sudden. That's how it is for me.
I feel like dogs, when they're puppies, are most generally
I like this.
clumsy.
Now, now the same thing. Now a cat.
Wait. I was gonna say this. the dogs are most generally clumsy. So, like, you know, for me, anytime I see a puppy and they do something stupid, I'm like, you dumbass. So if I had puppy after puppy after puppy after puppy, and I named them all after something that they did for me and reminded me of, they would all be named you dumbass.
Well, yeah.
Except for that one she named Vag Liquor because the peanut butter.
Peanut butter lover.
Oh, badge liquor.
Vag Liquor, come here. Mommy's got some fresh tuna for you.
See, my last dog was named Brawley.
Okay.
Brawley Eugene. So
Okay.
I mean, it was a person name.
Now
My
what?
only dog.
Now what about cats?
I got Marley.
They get it. I just whatever. I don't know.
I guess I go with people names for all of my animals. I don't really do the like peanut butter. That's juicy.
See, it's juicy. I had a kitten when I was little. And when I was real little, the one that we had that my mom wanted to name, she did, I don't know, it did something. She said it was a troublemaker, so that's what its name was, Troublemaker, and we called it TM. And then we had a dog named Daisy, and those were like named by somebody, like, you know, my parents and stuff.
I remember Daisy.
And then I had my dog that I named Zodiac.
I had a dog named Daisy too back in the day.
You did, I know. I remember when I met Daisy, I was like, I used to have a dog named Daisy. And then I had my cat that my mom made me let him outside, and he ran off, and his name was Wiley. And I named him Wiley because
Which
it was
one was
like,
the three-legged cat?
that was TM.
Okay.
But I named him Wiley, and she was the one that, she was an outside cat from the go, like, and she, even when she got caught in that trap and she was still outside after that, she would always go off and then come back home, like, with the three legs hobbling around out and about. But, no, I had the cat named Wiley, and he was like, I named him after Wile E. Coyote.
See, but you forgot about like the.
The rats.
No, I was gonna say like the dog, actual dog names like Fido or
Yeah.
shit
Bubba.
like that.
But like I said, you know, from your personal preference, which is it though? More silly names or more actual people?
Yeah, I guess I go with people names because I just find it funny.
I mean, like the three dogs that I've had
Jeff,
in the
come here,
last
Jeff.
like 5 years. Sophie Jada, which my grandma named, and then Charlie, and he came named that way as well.
But so, like, those,
But then you have
Our Harry
Potter.
yeah, that's funny.
So-
And that's the cats.
Yeah,
But-
and there was also Hermione Grangepur, which that was the long black-haired cat who died.
But with, like, so,
And we've
like,
got Axel, which is named after a fucking car part.
with the dogs, though, those are names that are repetitively dog names. Well, maybe not Jada, but that's, I mean, it just, you know, to say, Jeff, get over here. Sarah, come here.
Kevin.
You're like, are you talking to a person or a dog? But you're like, come here, Charlie. And people are like, oh, okay, they got a dog named Charlie. Or
Charlie
like,
does sound like a dog's name.
You know the best part about Charlie, when I talk to people about him, I'm like, man, I was hanging out with my best friend Charlie the other day. Man, I was running around with him. We were doing all sorts of crazy shit. Like, he laid down in the yard, and I started rubbing his belly. People just give me a look like, what the fuck? Then I gave him a big kiss right in his stupid nose, and they're like, "What the fuck, dude? Are you gay?" I'm like, "No, he's my best buddy, man. He's loyal. He always hangs out with me." What? Oh, that's my dog. Oh, okay. And they were like, "Never mind, that makes more sense."
No, that's super funny though. Let's see. Because yeah, like Charlie is like typically a dog's name. I've heard so many different dogs named Charlie. Sophie, I've heard so many different dogs and maybe cats even named Sophie.
Sophie just sounds like a spoiled prissy bitch name anyway.
Yeah. Well, my neighbor's kid's name. No, that's Sadie. And Sadie's the dog's name that I was
Sadie,
I've heard a lot of Sadies.
I don't know any people Sadies. But I've definitely heard dog Sadies. Ew.
What's going on? Is he filling you up?
No, he's
rubbing his hair on you.
I hate it.
Weird.
Guy at work comes up and does that shit to me. Like, he'll sit beside me and he'll go like this and rub his arm hair on me. I'm like, stop!
You gotta put like double-sided tape and shit all over you like a goddamn cat deterrent.
Like put fucking glue on there.
Like something sticky.
Oh, that's good.
Wax.
Oh, you gotta put glue or something on you. All that's gonna do is just stick us together, baby.
It, like, I don't know. It's like you're rubbing your pubes
Velcro.
on me or something.
Just get a Velcro sleeve. Just be like, it's like rubbing your pubes on. It's the pubes, man. Ah, you trying to rub them on me? Don't. I'm gonna just fucking rip them all out, bitch.
Bitch, I cut you.
You should do that to your dude at work. Just pull his arm hair out.
I will. He's the one I was telling about the way I'm gonna like style my pubes into a hipster.
Just have some really sticky tape, and you know when he comes up, just be like slap and just rip and just be like, yeah, man, yeah.
Hipster style pubes.
Either that or just lay the tape on him and then be like, there, you can rub that against me. And then he's just rubbing the tape against
Go like
you.
this again.
What am I not doing that again?
I don't know if you're getting beer right there or what's going on.
Get a little mustache going on. She gonna go around giving mustache rides, kids.
Mm-hmm. Mustache rides.
Beer mustache rides. So so what do you think, guys? Rating on this? I'm gonna go 4 or 5.
I think 4.5.
See, I think I could do like a 3.5 or 4 with this one.
What? I'm doing a 4 or 5 on this one.
4.5 for Ronald. 4.5 for me. What'd you say? What do you want?
We'll go with 4.
4 for Missy.
Everything is super, super good about this. And, it could just be what I'm feeling right now. But that particular Hell's a Fun, it was just really fucking good. I've been on a thick beer kick lately to the point where it's like, I've been wanting some thin beers,
Dude, I bought those. We had them before. I think they were like Winding Path Brewery. They were like the lemongrass, passion fruit lemongrass.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember really liking them when we had them on the show. So I bought a 4-pack of them to drink. And I was drinking them the other day and I was like, these are good, but they're not as good as I remembered them being the first time I had them.
My only thoughts on this particular Arche is this is delicious, but the only thing that would put it over the top, it is not a bourbon barrel. If this was a bourbon barrel version,
Hell yeah.
With the bitterness, the bourbon barrel version would probably be better.
if this was a bourbon barrel version, this would be fucking 5 out of 5 for sure.
Because it's something about that bitterness. I don't think the toffee taste goes good with bitterness. I think if it was a sweeter beer, but when I think of Arche, I almost think of like a dessert. Like those are dessert beers. They're all dessert beers.
I enjoy the bitterness. It just reminds me of drinking coffee.
I was going to say, it just reminds me of being the bitter bitch that I am.
Well,
You said it, we didn't.
I really thought I was going to hear that. Like, it just reminds me of being bitter and bitchy and see, I get it, the bitter coffee in the morning thing, but then it would have to be hot. It has to be a hot drink to be bitter for me. I can sip it.
So we ready for the mystery?
Sure, we can be.
Cool.
Ron's all excited about this.
no, he's like,
I don't know.
Usually he wants to
Beer!
take time between each
Beer
beer.
now!
I don't know what this is supposed to taste like. I didn't look at the flavor.
Okay,
I just looked at what was written on the can, and my opinion, based off of what was written on the can, is that this is tasteless.
Yeah, I really have to see. It would been really cool had I been in there at the same time as you. I would absolutely love to run into one of you guys picking up beers, and then we'd have to be like, God, we have to avoid each other here. so we can like pick out beers and be like,
You just have to hide the mysterious beers.
right,
so.
and but then you'd have to know it there because sometimes I'll pick out like enough beers for a few weeks and then I won't know what I'm going to pair together, let alone the mysterious beers. Damn it! I had something else funny I wanted to say. I
can tell just by the sniff it's an IPA.
By the sniff. Say one sniffy and goodbye stiffy. That was that's a Durex.com thing.
Oh yeah, I knew that sounded familiar.
When we first discovered the internet, when we had it in my house and we were getting like online, looking at like, and I swear it was like because we would just like click in something.com, or maybe we'd go to the old fucking Ask Jeeves shit. And we went to Durex.com, and there was like, I forget his name, but it was like this little comic dude, and he was the condom wizard, and then like, he was like, you say the smell of latex got you down. You say one sniffy and goodbye stiffy, and it was like, boom, scented condoms, like.
Yep. I fucking totally remember that, because we laughed at it. We're so fucking mature back then.
We're still laughing at it.
We're still laughing at it.
Did you say you're so mature back then?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
It's definitely an IPA. I can't tell if it's like...
Is it the one... No, because you said there was like no flavor profiles on it, right?
I didn't look. I just started looking at the can, liked the artwork. Then I saw 3 words written on the can, and I'm like, it has no taste. I don't care what taste it is, but it has no taste.
Because there's one that's got... I think there was an...
pineapple, maybe.
There's going to be a vanilla in it. I haven't tasted it yet.
I was saying, I kind of smell like a creaminess to it.
It's actually pretty damn good.
Lactose? Just lactose and IPA?
Some kind of fruity to it.
I feel like pineapple.
Pull it out. Strawberry?
Yeah.
No, it's not strawberry.
Check out that art.
I thought it said live, laugh,
gross.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah,
gross.
Live, laugh, love, IPA, hops, Nelson, Sauvignon, and was that rock?
Sauvignon.
Like 4 types of hops.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, so...
I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
If anybody knows me, the live, laugh, love thing
bullshit.
is like a fucking no-no in my house.
That
is a no-no.
That is specifically why I got it, because it's
always
like...
been a no.
Every time I see live, laugh, love, I'm like, well, they have no taste. In this case, I saw live, laugh, love. That means it has no taste.
Live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love. That stupid video. That guy like walked through his house where he's like,
yes!
Live, laugh, love.
Because it's everywhere.
So how do you actually pronounce that?
BHRAMARI.
We've done something by them before.
Bramari.
We have done something by them before.
6.5%.
Is that the doot beer? The just baby shark beer?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's what they were. I know we've done something by
Dude, I
them.
wish I could remember that shit.
So this can, if you actually look at it, it's cool as shit. It's like a green lady with like a possum hat going on.
Yeah, and it's got it's almost like she's not a sugar skull, like gypsy like.
Yeah.
So she's like a trash.
It is. Do.
That's so funny. So it's like she's a fucking like a zombie gypsy with a possum over her head, and then it's got the flower thing, and then the arms are there, and it's like the old school. It's like an old school tattoo, but cool.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
I don't know how I remember that shit, like which beers.
But for something that doesn't have no taste, it's pretty good.
I like it.
It's like 4
I
types of
don't
hops.
live, laugh, love it, but I do like it. I got a live, laugh, love sign for Christmas one year, and I'm like, why would somebody get me this? Like, you obviously do not know me as a
Because
person.
you need to live your life, laugh a lot, and love everybody. Repeatedly. In the ass.
I like live, laugh, lobotomy better.
Oh, that's great.
And if you get the lobotomy, you'll probably like live, laugh, love more.
There you go.
So, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna tell another story, but I want to hear yours.
Do.
Oh, well, so I gotta remember. Oh man, so I was driving some Uber the other day, and I had this chick get in my car. So I pull up. I think she was gonna be my first passenger of the day, and then like I pull up to this complex, and every time I pull up to this complex, I'm like super leery because I had this chick once. So I had her a couple times. And the first time, she's a little nutty. She's like got this crazy eye, and she's in the back like looking pissed as fuck, like she's about to murder someone. And she's mouthing to herself. She's just like pissed, and she's like doing one of these things. I'm like, whoo-wee. And so the second time I had her, she she had some groceries, and I opened my thing, and then I tell her like, oh, I'll close it myself, because people try to shove it down, but it's really a button. So they're like pushing it down, and it's going down so slow, and she's impatient. She didn't realize it's supposed to fucking go down itself, and she's like leaning into it, just fucking shoulder ramming it, and I'm yelling at her, get the fuck off my car! And then so when like that particular lady got out of my car, I just like unmatched her, like basically she can't get in my car again. But I've had people that I've done that to before, and I think a lot of people do it to them, and they create another account, they get another phone or whatever. So anytime I go into that complex, I'm like, fuck, is this going to be this person? So I pull up, and I'm kind of waiting, and then I see this stroller get pushed out, like a double stroller. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I hope those are things like car seats that come off, because people, like, they've pushed their stroller up to my car before, and I thought it was a car seat on it, and then they just take their kid out and fold it down. I'm like, dude, no, like, I can't fucking do that. But then, like, this lady was responsible enough. She had her toddler come out. She was carrying a seat, and then, like, the stroller had those two, like, they came off. So she had, like, 3 little kids, but they were all in car seats. One was a set of twins. And she was, like, responsible and shit about it. And then, but I hate it if you got, like, 3 passengers in my back seat, because that means somebody has to sit in my front seat. And it's not that I'm really too against somebody sitting in my seat, but it's just I'm against moving all my shit, because I don't have, you know, like I got a bag and my stuff, and then I got to put it in my lap. I don't have no place to put it, because I don't want them to take my stuff. So, you know, I had the part of my car seat cover, like the back part, I just didn't lay down on it, because I'm more worried about the ass part instead of the back part. And then I had, like, my shiwi there and my purse, and so I moved my shit. And then, you know, she's sitting down. She's really polite and pleasant. She's talking to me, whatever. And we get her to where she's going, and she's grabbing all of her stuff. And then I'm, like, trying to lay my stuff back how I had it. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm, like, looking for shit. And I'm like, that bitch stole my shiwi! She stole my shiwi? That's not my car anywhere! And, you know, she had a lot of stuff, a lot of bags, so I think
Why
maybe...
would you steal someone's shiwi? That's disgusting.
Like, my thoughts on the topic are, did she intentionally take it? Or was she just like, later on, she's like, what the fuck is this?
It's in its own little bag itself. And
Does
she
it say
had
shiwi on the bag?
No, it's just like a black, like, discreet bag.
She opened it up, she's like, what the fuck?
I would really like it if it was...
Fuck you!
So my thoughts would be this. It had Shiwi logo on it somewhere. She doesn't know what a Shiwi is, and she's like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I took that for the driver.
She uses it as a funnel now.
She's like, what is this? This is weird.
Oh my god, that would be horrible. Like, she thinks it's for her baby's formula or something. Oh no, it must be for my kid's formula.
What did you get for stealing shit?
And then, like, after the fact, after she uses it as a funnel for the formula, then she's like, oh, Shiwi, I wonder what that is. Googles it.
Dude.
The fuck?
And see, I'm like
That was
picturing...
a Christmas present.
I'm like picturing her little toddler daughter, like, finding it or something, walking around with it, like, trying to use it as a hormone. A trumpet or something. And then, like, she's like, what is that? What do you know? And then, like, she's looking at it and shit, and she realizes what it is. Like, ah, my God, where'd that fucking come from? And I'm like, but I know it was an accident. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was an accident. Like, you know, she probably just didn't mean to grab my shit. Maybe it fell on the floor, but I'm, like, looking almost tearing my car apart for it, because I'm looking under the seats.
She probably thought it was, like, something cool in there, and was like, what the fuck is this?
She could, I mean, I wouldn't put it past a person to do that, but at the same time, like, I just don't think she did. Like, some people, when they go to grab their stuff, they're, like, you know, they're in the back or something, you know, they're, like, if there's multiple people... And they're like, is this your bag? You know, and then, you know, the person will be like, oh, no, that's not my bag. That was her bag. Because I have a little bag that's got some stuff, like, in the back of it in my car. It's just got some car stuff in it. But sometimes, you know, like, I got to, like, check people, you know, if they're just like, oh, wait, that's the wrong strap. Because if they're trying to grab a black strap and they grab the wrong thing. But then that lady, she early in the morning, you know, it was...
Okay, I feel bad for my fuck you now.
Early in the morning, she's got 3 kids. She's taking to a fucking daycare. She's doing some shit. She's being responsible. And then, like, all of a sudden, my shiwi's gone. I didn't have another fucking passenger. And
so,
I'm like,
Strobing butt plug fans.
that bitch stole my shiwi!
So, Strobing butt plug fans, if you feel sorry for Missy for getting your shiwi stolen, please send her another shiwi.
God, man, I, like, picked that out specifically.
I like the colors and everything.
What color was it?
It was green and yellow and shit.
Camouflage
Camouflage tie-dye.
Camouflage.
So you need to, like, take a second. We can all have a moment of silence.
For my shiwi.
And when you edit this, just put up, like, a picture of the same thing and some sad music. Can you do that?
I should, but I probably won't. But
a moment of silence for the shiwi. And we're done.
Okay, good job. Rest in peace, Shiwi. Rip
Damn
Shiwi.
If she stole it on purpose, I hope she's using it as a funnel for,
I do too.
for herself, for her like mixed.
I'm hoping she stole it because she really had to piss. And as soon as you took off, she's like, fuck this. Whips it out, sticks on.
That's really great.
Dude,
Because I was excited about it because I kept that in my house for the longest time because I took it in the house and then I forgot about it. I'm like, wait, I gotta keep remembering to bring my Shiwi out. And then I finally did, and it's been nice because like I go to a lot of gas stations that are nasty as fuck, and so I just use it and it's nice. And it's like now I don't have my Shiwi to use. I gotta buy myself another fucking Shiwi.
Damn it.
There's
more coming up.
I'll just say this is a trap. As a man, this is why I'm superior.
Shut up, Ron.
That's the only reason, though.
This is as a man. This is why I'm superior. No,
That is the only
actually, no,
advantage.
it's not.
It's the only advantage I got.
It's not. We have Shiwis these days. That's not an advantage.
Yes, but my penis doesn't get stolen. Usually.
Yes, but the thing of it is, we have vaginas. How many times have you been able to persuade your way because you had a penis?
0.
Exactly. What kind? You're at the disadvantage. How many times have you been swayed because of a vagina?
All. The important part here is that I
The
can
important part is
Okay.
I can still stand up and pee. Haha.
we all can stand up and pee,
Without
right?
extra
Yeah, you just have to
attachments.
stick your finger just right. We discussed
Right,
this.
exactly.
Stick your finger in there just
spray
right.
pattern.
Like a hose.
Spray pattern.
I'm gonna try it right now.
On camera.
Yeah.
She's gonna do it. She's just gonna get behind outside. She's gonna like make a spray stream on the window. We're gonna hear it go.
We'll go back here where cars can't see me.
Oh Jesus!
Do it where the cars
That's so
can see you.
unfun.
Be a man! Whip it out, girl!
Be mad about it.
Be a man! Whip it out,
I
girl!
have to pull it all the way down. I can't just like unzip the front. You know, you have to pull the whole thing down.
It's okay.
God, she's like, I'm gonna do this! But wait, no, I don't
But
wanna
wait,
do
I have
this.
all these excuses as to why I can't do it. Ariana.
My style.
I've met you.
I know. I think I did that multiple times this weekend too. I was like, I could wall squat for 5 minutes. They're like, do it. I'm like, I'm not doing
Oh,
it. Right
so you're talking about peeing and like dudes and things. I went last week I took my daughter and I went last week to see stand-up comedian John Mulaney down at the Schuster Center down in Dayton, which is just like, you know, they usually do like Broadway plays and crap there. The last time I was there, I saw Wicked with my mom and my grandma. So that was like fucking 8 years ago plus at this point.
I've always wanted to see Wicked.
But when we were there for Wicked, they didn't allow any drinks. Well, this was stand-up comedy shows that everybody was just bring beer in, bring in whatever, because they had all their things
Yes,
open.
it was BYOB.
That wouldn't be well, but they were
I
selling
said
it.
bring it. I gotcha.
But like when you went in there, they had like one little Starbucks with a bathroom downstairs and like all the other bathrooms. Like every single dude into that pisser, because there was a line. You just stand there, you're like, yep, bunch of pricks hanging out. Every single guy was just standing there at the toilet for like an uncomfortable amount of time trying to like get in the zone to pee.
You should stop talking to him.
Well, it was funny because they were just like, this one dude, he just stood there, he's just like, and he kept like looking over his shoulder, like everybody was staring at him. He was kind of one of those, everybody's trying to watch me pee. Oh God, they're all looking at me pee. And there was like 3 or 4 dudes that were in there. And
You should have tried coaching him.
well, like after a few minutes, it's totally a stage fright thing, but after a few minutes, he was just like, you could just tell, like, okay, fuck it, I'll just hold it and go pee after this. That was literally, you could see the mentality in his head.
You just whisper in his ear, like, just do it. Just let it happen, big guy. You got this.
Just relax.
Do you want me to turn the water on for you?
I got a question.
Yes.
If you're done with your story. How often do guys pull their pants all the way down to pee?
If I was a dude, I would totally
How often do you see that?
assert my dominance and do that. I would take him off and hang him over a fucking, like...
So, like, mentally handicapped people, I've seen them do that, little kids, but, like, generally speaking, dudes don't.
Because, like, I saw a picture today of a dude in the bathroom and, like, had his pants down to his knees or whatever, pissing. And I'm like, is this, like, a normal thing? Like, you walk in the bathroom and there's just some dude standing there with his fucking ass hanging out?
If I was a dude, I would assert my dominance, take my pants off in full and hang them over my shoulder. Like.
So, like, in that particular... So, like, to finish up my story, like...
I'm sorry.
No, it was cool. I, like, walked up and I'm just looking at all these dudes having stage fright. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? In my head, I'm like, we're all here for the same thing, to piss. It's not like, oh, man, I can't... My dick's hanging out. All these other guys are going to look at me and think I'm less of a man because I can't piss. Dude, I'm in there to piss. I'm not in there to go, hi, Bob, how you doing? I'm in IT. What do you work in? Sales?
You
Cool.
don't check out his watch when you walk in there?
I mean, you know, it was like a bunch of dudes standing next to each other, and I just walked up and just like...
But you don't look at other guys' watches while you're peeing?
Watches or penises? Not usually. If you're trying to ask if I look at other dudes' dicks, not generally, because I'm in there to get in and get out. I'm not going, man.
Nice watch, man.
Man, that is a hell of a watch. What is that watch? Like a 9, a 12? What is that? Must be hard to fit that around your wrist.
So I had before I worked at Eaton, I had a friend that worked at Eaton, and she invited me to their Christmas party. She's like, you can get in there and just fucking meet some people. Because she knew I was going to be applying to it as soon as I graduated my fire school. And she had this piece of shit boyfriend at the time. But like, he always tried to make himself out to be really great, and you know, like he's super social and nice to everybody. He wanted to be like whatever. And you know, I didn't realize what was going on there. I just knew he was there. But once I started working there, we all of us were sitting at the table, even my friend, and we were sitting there, and I just kept making fun of how he was. I guess every time he went to the bathroom that night, which was several times that night, he kept introducing himself to people when they were taking a piss at the urinal. Dude, hey, my name's Mike, man. And it just kept, hey, my name's Mike. And he introduced himself to some of the same people several times. And they just were fucking dogging on how just stupid he was for doing that. And which I mean, you know, like that does not shock me.
Stupid or brilliant?
No, he's not brilliant. He's a piece of shit.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't doing it for the comedy's sake.
I like to try to hold people's hands underneath the stall.
That would be great. Help me, I need your assistance.
So that's like, so I've heard about that. That's like a gay thing or an old school gay thing. Like if you go to like a certain airport, you stick like your foot under or something, and they're supposed to, yeah, and they're supposed to come over and be like,
oh, dude. That's funny because a guy at work,
tap.
I was asking the question about the people like pulling their pants down or whatever, and he said something about like when he's in the bathroom, like if he's in the right stall because he's got a tattoo on his leg, he'll tap people's foot underneath the stall at work, and I'm like,
they know it's him because of the tattoo.
Yeah. Now that you're saying that, I think that's funny as shit.
That's another area. Like, that's funny. It's cool. I get it. And she's like, I don't get it. And then it's like, and then now she hears the story. She's like, I completely understand. He was trying to signal to people that he's gay and he wanted some fucking bathroom sex. I didn't get it before. But now my friends explained it to me. You're signaling for bathroom sex. It's cool.
Go on with the story, Ron.
just open up, you know, there's going to be like a little hatch in the thing between the doors. Open it up, stick your dick through the glory hole.
Yeah, I think some like politician got like in trouble for that years ago, or it was just
like airport bathroom or something.
It was like I remember hearing that. The only reason why I know that is because I remember my mom talking about it, and it was like just like I'm thinking politician because it's, you know, like I don't think a movie star, like, you know, it might be big that like somebody in TV or Hollywood or the movies did it, but it'd be like, who fucking cares? They're all gay. See, a politician.
See, at this point in time, the only people that are going to be like, ha ha, it's a big deal, are those that are like, the damn fags, they're all going to burn.
Right.
I hate the gays. Gays should go away. And then, you know, you find out that
they're the one of them that
they're all like sucking like 12 dicks a night or something.
Hell yeah, right on.
They're going all Freddie Mercury on that shit, Supersonic Man.
So.
Oh, back to your thoughts on dropping your pants completely when you go in pee.
Yes.
There are a variety of urinals out there. There are some that are just like, you know, up off the floor, mounted to the wall. That might be okay, but like there's ones that are like, you know, they go from like, you know, chest height to floor height and they're down into the floor. That would be like the scariest thing, to drop your pants entirely down.
I would not.
Because like dudes can't fucking aim anyway.
They're pissing in your pants, or you'd be pissing, is backsplash in your own pants?
Backsplash in your own pants, or worst case scenario, you drop your pants all the way and it lands in like a puddle of somebody else's piss.
See, that's why I said I would assert my dominance, take them off in full, and throw them over my shoulder. If you're trying to get piss splashed back on my pants,
the throwing it over your shoulder part.
Because if you get your own piss splashed back on your pants over your shoulder, well, I mean, you're going to get it splashed back anywhere of your own piss. But if you get somebody else's piss on you with your pants thrown over your shoulder, that's just beat their ass. So, beat their ass with your pants off and make them feel like
beat them off your pants off and your cock out.
Absolutely.
That is dominating right there.
It is. It's like, dude, you got piss all over my pants up here. now you're going to pay. And then you beat their ass half naked, and they just feel so not like a man after they leave that bathroom anymore. They're just going to sit down and pee for the rest of their life.
So, like...
I gotta pee.
Oh, yeah, she's taking her phone with her. Look at that. She don't even fucking trust us. I wouldn't trust us either.
I wouldn't fucking trust you all for nothing. I know you bitches. So I do have another story about, like, bathroom dominance and that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll wait till she gets back, because she'll have a good laugh at it.
Gets back.
So other than that, what's up, baby?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
No.
I have been running my ass off continuously because it's the last week or two of the kids' summer vacation. Basically, just trying to do as much shit as I can with her to, you know, when she goes back. Because I realize this is her last summer vacation because she's sitting her senior year.
I wish I was able to do that. For the past couple years, I haven't been able to do that because even if I'm, like, doing shit with Logan, it's cool. Like, he was, for a good period of time, he was, like, watching Larry's mom, or not Larry's mom, but Larry's mom's sister, because she's handicapped, and she's, they were off learning how to do dialysis for Larry's dad. But, so, like, I couldn't even take him out and do shit like that like I used to. And for the past 2 years, Jake would be working, like, a full-time job, and I wasn't able to take him. Because I always used to take them out during the week when it wasn't so stuffy out, when it wasn't so, like, stupid bunch of people out all weekend, and I'd take them out during the week, and we'd, like, do cool shit. And it's like, I haven't been able to do that, and it really blows.
Let's see. Last Wednesday, I took her to the county fair. Last Thursday, we did John Mulaney. Friday, we went hiking, actually. And this lovely bitch came with us.
Yeesh.
Saturday, we went to the company picnic and went for that long-ass bike ride. Sunday, we did Kings Island. Yesterday was the first day I didn't do anything. And we still wound up getting into some shit. It was like, I'm going to die soon, I think. So, I was saving the story for you because I figured you'd get a good laugh. Talking about, like, taking off pants and dominating people in the bathroom reminded me of it. So, my buddy Dan, who definitely does not watch this podcast.
So, are you going to mad shit talk him because he doesn't?
No, it's a story. I'm retelling a story he told about it, the guy at his employer.
Okay, cool.
Which his employer is Reynolds & Reynolds down in Dayton.
Why would you do that to your buddy? Because you won't do that to yourself. Jesus, dick.
Because it won't get me fired. There was a guy he used to talk about called the...
I hope Dan sets your house on fire.
That'd be fair. So, there used to be this dude he would talk about called the naked pooper. Okay? Reynolds & Reynolds is like...
See, this segues right into that same fucking conversation of that dude tapping.
That's how it works. That's why I saved it for you. So, apparently, like... There's a bunch of dudes that always wear, like, you know, nice suit jackets and ties and all this stuff. And there's, like, bathrooms next to each department. Well, there was, like, always this dude that would, like, go into the bathroom near Dan's department. And they would always see, like, a suit jacket hanging over the top. Just like the jacket. And you're like, okay. Went in there one time, and then afterwards it was like every time you'd see a suit jacket, a button-down shirt, and a pair of, like, you know, dress slacks. But you'd see the dress shoes and, like, garters underneath of it.
That's good.
So the guy was basically in there. He'd, like, stripped down completely naked in a department that was way the far away from his own just to shit. The guy would probably walk, like, 10, 15 minutes out of his way to go to another apartment, get naked, and shit, and then leave.
I feel like I've heard this on the radio where people are talking about how they take their shirt off to poop. And a lot of people do that. But a lot of people also, they literally have to be naked just to poop.
Dude, and that's what I said when that guy brought that up. He's like, something about people, like, being naked to poop. I was like, yeah, that's a thing.
It is. It's totally.
Was that, like, some programming from when you're, like, a little kid or something?
I'd probably.
Maybe.
Like, they're sitting there, or, you know, their parents undress them because they just, you know.
Don't want to get shut on their clothes?
Right. You know, they just, you know, or kids like to run around naked when they're first getting potty trained, and then, you know, so then when they sit on that toilet, they're like, oh, I'm going to take all of my clothes off, and then nobody ever stops them, and so they just always take their clothes off to go poop.
I just keep thinking about the naked pooper and the production time to do all that. Because it was a full suit, okay? So
right, oh yeah.
It's obviously going to be like an expensive suit. So at what point in that person's career did they shit themselves in like an expensive Armani suit, you know, a $500,000, $5,000 suit they shit themselves and ruined it in, and they've decided from this point forward in their life, you know what, fuck it, this suit cost a month's salary. I'm going to fucking strip down so I don't shit myself in it, get any shit on it, and have to explain to my, dry cleaner, because it's dry clean only, well, why do I have to get this washed? Well, I shit myself in it. That was so embarrassing. And, I just keep thinking about it because the dude was wearing a tie, so he has to get that off, the undershirt off, and, he's still wearing the fucking dress shoes and shit, so he's, pulling it off over his shoes, or taking his shoes off and putting them back on.
That's quite the hassle.
That's a level of neuroses to go shit where I just... I'm sorry, when I'm pooping... Sorry, guys. No friends being made. Everything's being destroyed. She's commented on what I've done to her toilet before. I just thought I'd say it before you did.
Just commented on what I've done to her toilet.
He's not wrong.
I admit that I'm a disgusting fuck.
So I used to work with this dude. And everybody did make fun of it. He was always shitting himself. But
I pooped my pants.
Well, he said he thought he was an older guy. He thought it was his heart meds or something, which I get it. Doctor puts you on some meds and now you're shitting a bunch, but it's your heart meds. So, what do? And you got to keep going to the doctor trying to get them adjusted until you stop shitting yourself, but you still got to go to work.
Gotta hope my fucking meds don't ever get that bad.
But
my old man blood pressure pills and shit.
I will
poop my pants right here on this couch, girl.
I must
shit on my couch.
But so him and his partner, they used they were the opposite shift of me. And if you don't work the same shift, what are you doing?
Are you trying to fart?
My butt itch.
Oh, I thought you were...
I thought she was trying to do something.
I thought she was trying to lift it up and fart, and she's like, my butt itched. Okay, so sweetie, you could have taken your time and wiped a little more thoroughly if you got those problems.
So it wasn't like my crack or anything. It was just my upper thigh, bitch.
So Logan's been having that issue. He's complained a couple times. He's like, I've still been back to school. He's like, the seats at school make my butt itch. I'm like, is that swamp ass? He's like, no. I'm like, so it's not your butt crack. He's like, no, it's my butt cheeks. I'm like, do you have a fuzzy butt these days? And he's like, no. And he's like, it's just the seats. He's like, I don't know why. He's like, they make my butt itch. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Are they plastic?
Yeah, I mean, probably. He's always wearing sweats and shit,
Back in the day, they would have been old shitty wooden seats that get cracked and get splinters and shit.
No, we always had the fucking plastic seats. You're talking way back in my day, your dad's day, dude, not your day.
In fucking middle school and eating up the first couple years.
Right,
it was always shitty old wooden chairs. People have names and crap carved in.
Those are always fun to deface.
They were the fucking plywood all falling apart and shit.
But anyway, so the dude that shit his pants a lot. No, it's cool. But so he there was one time. Okay, so they were on the opposite rotating shift of me and my partner, who shit herself a lot too. But she only shit her pants once. But
only once.
Yeah, only once.
What about
but
the one
she was
that
shitting a lot.
Did you tell us
I've
the
told
story?
that story
I thought
before.
so.
You told us the story about the one that shit themselves in the
Was it
ambulance.
Britney, bitch?
Yeah. she totally shit herself.
Oh, real quick.
Right, she always used to say that too.
I'm going to interrupt your story for one quick thing, so we don't forget. Rating?
Oh,
Well, the rating?
probably a
3.5.
3-ish, 3.5. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a smoother thingy.
Better IPA than was expected. I'll go with
Tasteless. It bland and tasteless for those live, laugh, love bitches.
Yeah.
So it was all right because it was an IPA.
Not the worst. It was a good.
3.5 for me, Missy.
Yeah, a 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 across the board.
3.5.
Not to interrupt your story, but I figured we
It's
better get that one out the way.
So anyway, the dude, so you don't typically meet the people that run the opposite schedule of you because they never work when you do. But then sometimes you'd be they could message you on the work thing and they're like, hey, you want to switch me a shift because you had, you could do that. So then you sometimes got to know the other people and then sometimes you just picked up other shifts. And after a while, you actually did get to know who some of these people were. So this guy, I think I picked up a morning shift when it was their shift. And they're coming in and he's getting the door open and, his partner, she's getting ready back in the truck. And I'm like, dude, it's that's fucking gross. They work third shift. And I'm looking at the back of the ankle of his pants right here, and he's got this little poop spot. And I'm like, that's fucking gross, bro. And I'm pointing, I'm like, dude, look, shit on the back of his pants. I was like, what? And I think actually she knew I was there that morning because I feel like she Snapchatted the picture of him when they were stopping at Tim Hortons in the morning. because I know they were at Tim Hortons, and I think I remember seeing that. And then it was still there, because that's why she was with me laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then our supervisor, he came walking around, I'm like, dude, Jim has shit on his pants. And he's like, dude, Jim, bro, what is on your pants? And he's like, that's mustard. He's like, that ain't mustard! It was fucking brown, it was nasty looking. He said it was mustard. I was like, that ain't mustard.
Do you have any grape poop on your pants?
He pretty much did. Like, dude,
Grape
where did you
poop
get
on.
mustard from? You didn't get that much mustard at fucking Tim Hortons.
Dude, go ahead.
No, that's pretty much it. But
Were we together at the fair when that lady shit her pants?
dude, who were we with? We had a third with us.
I can't remember.
What minute?
I know we did.
So we were
I think it was
walking
Kaylee.
behind
I
somebody
think
and
it
it
was
fucking
Kaylee.
stunk really bad, and we're like walking and there's like a big crowd, and it kind of like dispersed, and all of a sudden we're behind this older lady and the back of her pants
Was that she wore white pants?
I don't know if it was white or if it was just like gray sweatpants or
She
something
they
like
were,
that.
I think they were white. I remember
But it
that.
was like she shit herself big time, and like we laughed at the time. We were teenagers, but now it's like it's not as funny. And the older I get,
It's
the
still
more I'm
totally
like,
funny.
this is probably totally gonna happen to me when I get older.
That's gonna happen to you.
It's called karma,
Especially
bitch.
since I laughed.
Karma.
It's so gonna happen to you. I know it's gonna happen to you.
And when it does, you'll be like, Ariana pooped her pants.
I do think I've heard of so many EMS professionals shitting their pants, and that's just a fucking thing. Like, I swear to God,
You work too much, you're not near a toilet, you don't think about it till it's too late.
Well, it's not that you don't think about it till it's too late. It's just that we eat like shit and we're fucking constantly on the go. And then all of a sudden you're doing something, like you just can't fucking go because you're doing some compressions on some asshole that probably just fucking overdosed on some drugs. And then, you're just fucking doing what you gotta do and you probably shit yourself. So, it's like there's been several times like I'd be doing like a firefighting drill or even just like on scene, like, God, I gotta piss. And I'm like, you know what? If, we're getting soaked by all this water and you're getting soaked to the fucking bone, it's like, why not just piss yourself? It's you come out of those fucking uniforms smelling like fucking dog shit. That piss, nobody's gonna know I pissed myself. You soaked fucking through. And if it's not soaked through because of the water, because the water doesn't...
When's your birthday?
November 4th.
You're getting some Depends, baby.
The water doesn't drench through the bunker gear, but you are so sweaty, just fucking dripping, nasty, smelling like dog shit when you are done fucking being in the fucking fire, that nobody would know you pissed your pants. I've thought about it, so I'm like, I could just piss my pants and nobody fucking know, like, it wouldn't matter. But
I always like how people who are supposed to, like, the skin suits when they go scuba diving, like, what's the first thing you're supposed to when you get in the water is you're supposed to piss yourself?
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that time and time again, because, like, what those things do is they don't keep you warm, but, like, they keep the water next to your skin warm. And so if you're getting in there and they're cold, the first thing you do to warm yourself up...
Just piss your pants.
So, you got that instant 98.6 degree water that's next to your body. And at this point, the ocean water is probably already fucking dirty and nasty anyway.
Alright, it's cool. And the salt kind of cleans it in a way, ish. But it's all sterile. It's your own urine. It's sterile. But no, what was I talking? I don't know. Oh, because people shit their pants. So my friend Jess, when she was learning about the MCT oil and you could put it in your coffee and you could do this and whatever and like it helps you like curb your appetite and you can lose weight using it and blah blah blah. And so she was telling people about it. She's like, man, I've been losing some weight doing this. It's really cool. And she told me about it. She goes, oh, you got to work your way up. She goes, use it little by little by little. And, work your way up. She's like, because I've, like, read all these horror stories where people were shitting their pants. And she told this dude at our work, Rob, that, and she forgot to tell him to work his way up. He's like, man, I was, like, fucking dumped, like, 2 tablespoons of that shit in right away because people said they used 2 tablespoons at a time. He's like, man, I shit my pants twice that day.
And now we know how it makes you lose weight by shitting yourself.
Did she forget?
Forget.
I've wondered that. Ever since then, I'm like, because she made sure to tell me. And then I feel like, though, I don't know if she told me right away about Rob shitting his pants, but I almost think she did not tell me right away about Rob shitting his pants. I think I heard later about Rob shitting his pants. So, like, I think she just genuinely forgot, but then at the same time, I know her And she's not an asshole like that, but then, you know, I feel like if she realized she forgot to tell him, she'd be like, yeah, it'd be alright.
Like she'd probably giggle to herself.
Like if it, which is really funny. Because if it was me and she forgot to tell me, the minute she realized she forgot to tell me, she'd like text me, she's like, oh my God, Missy, I forgot to tell you. But for him, I could picture her being like, fuck it. So anyway, the other day, she had this Snapchat, and you know, I wish, like, you can't really save the videos, I don't think, if it's a story. So I was like, I couldn't save it unless I tried to like screen record it, you know. But her Snapchat thinks it was a part of her story. She's like, so I saw these like healthy like nutrition bars, like, you know. She's like, and they were 70 calories each, and they were birthday cake flavored. And I'm like talking to this video like it's she's talking to me. And I'm like, oh, you love birthday cake flavored. She's like, and they were 70 calories a piece. And I'm like, 70 calories a piece. Bitch, you ate that whole box. And she's like, well, I ate 4 of them. I'm like, I told you. And then she's like going on about it. And she goes, and then I didn't realize until afterwards. I was like, oh, God damn it. They're going to give you the shits. And then she was like, the box said, Fiber One. She's like, I am so feeling it today. And I messaged her and she was talking. She was like, there's still one of them left. She's like, I hope my kids get it. I was like, buy more of them. I was like, buy more of them and tell them that there's 70 calories so they can eat as much as they want. She's like, oh, they wouldn't eat them if I told them that. But she's like, if I told them, hey, these are really awesome, she's like, they would eat the hell out of them. I was like, fucking do it.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
So, do we have anything else? Because I think we're about to time.
Yeah.
So it could be a time.
Okay, so we were talking this weekend about, what was it? Seeing Kevin Bacon's dick in a movie. And I think it's the movie Wild Things.
I think I've heard. Okay, yes, gotcha.
Okay.
I was thinking Kevin Smith at first, and I'm like, I don't know that
I think that was like one of the first times there was like just an active penis on screen. Everybody's like, oh my God, why is that there? In a world where like gratuitous tits were just like whatever.
Right, yeah.
So the girl that was talking about it was like talking about him having a fluffer or whatever. So we looked up the salary of a fluffer.
Oh my God!
Okay. So
Sons of bitches
like,
probably make a lot of fucking money.
So time for a new career change?
So there is like a huge discrepancy here. Okay, so the highest salary in the United States for a fluffer is $70,919 per year.
I don't give a shit.
The lowest salary is $27,647. So what makes a good fluffer? What would you say? Like, is it like the movie you're on? Is it like a performance thing for you? Like,
well, like
what
so, like the key goal of a fluffer.
I bet that $27,000 person's a fucking female, and the other one's a dude.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
They ain't gonna pay no woman.
Missy, the key job of a fluffer is not for me to get you off. It's for me
to fucking get you as hard,
you as hard and as ready to come as you can, and then stop right there, and then you get on stage and you give your best fucking just gallons of semen shooting out.
Well then,
and it's going to have to be someone that knows precisely when to stop, right before that point of, okay, you've had enough.
Well, then as the fluffer, the $27,000 person is also one that just goes.
Are they just like a beginner, and then like the other
they're just using their hand, the other person's like using their fucking mouth. They're like, oh yeah, and they tease them. They tease them. They then they're like, that guy's like, oh, and then like they build up that fucking.
I would think also that like the $70,000 fluffer is probably not the one that's fluffing the dudes. It's good, because we all know that it's harder to take care of ladies. And it'd be the fluffer would be the person getting the ladies right there, ready for the whole...
I don't think they give a shit about that.
Well, it'd be the one
Those bitches gotta fake it all the time.
But still, if that would be the more skilled one, I guess?
They're not giving a shit about a woman. They be like, fuck it, they can go in dry or they can use lube. They don't give a fuck for one. Like, they wouldn't give a fuck about fluffing a lady. Like,
and I'm also thinking it's probably going to be like some dude-on-dude fluffing.
Women can fake it better.
Right.
Some dude-on-dude fluffing, too, probably.
That's what I said. The dude fluffer. But so, there was a porn.
If I made a porn, I would call the fluffer in the credits the fluffer nutter.
That's funny. So there was a porn at Larry's buddy's house that his buddy was watching. And I forget what it was called, but it was something about big girls or something. I can't remember. But they're like a bunch of fat chicks, basically. And so there was this really fat white chick and this really scrawny black dude. And the thing of it is, like, that particular, it was like a really bad porn because you could see, like, they cut screens and then the dude was trying to act like he was getting off. You could see him holding like something under his dick, squeezing it and just fucking squirting it out to make it look like he got off. Like, literally, I'm like, what the fuck porn is that? Like, I don't know.
Well, like, so, you know, a dude's going to get, like, one good, probably one good, like,
I think a lot of them probably can do a lot better.
One good nut shot worthy scene. And then it's going to take a little bit to refill the balls.
I don't know. When you're in porn, I think you learn all the things and use all the little fucking meds that you can do. I think, because... What about those dudes that just have those loads that fucking go and go and go? It's like a fucking cupful. Like this. They fucking jizz a cupful. Tell me that.
Well, the dude's going to have, if he's in porn, he's going to have to be good enough to stop jizzing and then save some for the next scene of the next bitch.
Save some.
I mean, honestly,
just a little just... I'm going to save this for the next bitch.
I mean, if he's a professional and he's getting paid $70,000 a year.
It's like the male Kegels, like where they're like holding back their piss. They piss and they hold back their stream of piss and they piss some more and they hold it back. And they piss and they hold it back. And then they try doing that when they're jizzing and then they fucking learn. They're like, I'm going to hold that back. I'm holding that back. That's what they do. I'm picturing it. I'm picturing them going, yeah, I got it. I got shot. Save it. You know, and they're counting. It's like a fucking plank, but for their dick. Like, they're holding it back. They're holding it back as long as they can. You know,
like myrrh was a sound for something else, and I can't remember what it was.
Myrrh is a sound for a lot of things in my head.
What the fuck is the the tantric sex shit?
Myrrh.
where they're just like, don't do it for a while, and they do everything sexual, and they're like, I have not had sex in 30 days, and I have saved this up. And I have not come in 30 days, and now it's going to be the most amazing sex ever.
Yeah, I can see that.
30 seconds, because you're going to bust a nut real goddamn quick after that.
No, because you're a fucking, I was going to say a giwi, I don't know, a guru.
Giwi.
What the fuck's a giwi?
She's all back to her shiwi thoughts now.
The giwi shiwi. The giwi. No, it's like they're like doing their thing. Like they have the, what are they? They're the Buddhists. They're the Buddhist monk.
Yogi?
They're that too. A yogi, a Buddhist monk. They're like, they're ones that are like in themselves. It's just like,
hey, boo-boo, let's not fuck for 30 days.
Boo-boo, let's not fuck for 30 days.
And then I'm going to fuck you really hard. And it's going to be the best sex we've had. Yeah, boo-boo. Yogi, I don't want my ass to hurt that bad again. No, that's okay. You can go below the park ranger. How do you think we can get those picnic baskets?
That was actually pretty funny. That's good times. I really like that. What did we learn today? Well, I learned that Ron is really good at doing a Yogi Bear fucking thing, and he made it really fucking awesome. Good impersonation there. Like, you know, I really liked it. Good. Yeah, I liked it.
I learned that I need to come up with a topic from now on to get you guys arguing with each other because it cracked me the fuck up. And I can just sit here and be lazy.
It's like, I learned I don't have to be smart. I just have to get something that they can argue about. And then I can just sit here and be dumb. Lazy. Not dumb, lazy. We're going to be lazy. Lazy. What'd you learn, Ron?
That beer that says live, laugh, love actually does have some flavor to it.
It doesn't have flavor. It lacks flavor, and that's why it's good, because I don't like a too flavorful. It
definitely lacks taste.
I don't like it too flavorful
like
of an IPA.
The RSHA was going to be the mystery originally, but we've done a ton of those. And then I was like, okay, fuck it, no. The joke for live, laugh, love has to be done as the mystery.
I like it. It's a because the thing of it is, live, laugh, love lacks taste, and the beer lacks enough IPA taste that it makes it actually pretty good. Kind of like it.
Ready? TheStrobingButtplug.com. Like, subscribe, share. Live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh,